this session, Prakash shares his thoughts on the latest cloud technologies that are fueling business transformation in the new normal. He deep dives into the tech mega trends that will propel the growth of an inclusive India and shares details of how Intel is enabling India's cloud ecosystem. Well, for this, we're joined by Prakash Mallya, VP and MD Sales, Marketing and Communications Group, Intel India. As a business leader with 2 decades of experience, Prakash has headed Intel's Asia's data center group and managed the region's data center strategy for cloud service providers, communication service providers, enterprise, and government infrastructure, spanning server, storage, and network solutions. Well, with this, I'd now like to welcome on the stage and screen Prakash Mallya. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Trescon World Cloud Show. It is great to be at the conference. Hope you and your family are doing well. I wish you nothing but the very best. In fact, I wanted to do 3 things today. 1, talk about the cloud accelerated transformation that is happening in the country, that is sweeping India. The second part of that dialogue would be, how do we see the vision of digitally inclusive India enabled by technologies like cloud? And the last part of the conversation would be, how is Intel contributing to that cause of bringing alive a digitally inclusive or a transformed India enabled by technology? So let's get started. The first part of the conversation for me was, what technologies are shaping the country's transformation? And we see this very consistently across the world. The first is cloud. Cloud is fast becoming the most accepted service delivery model, in my opinion. A great example of that would be the CoWIN app. Think about it. 500 million people are using that platform. It's available in 62 languages, and it is taking care of one of the critical requirements of the nation, which is vaccination. And it has scaled to go even further in terms of number of people. It is actually built for population scale. It's a great example of what is enabled through cloud. And as it relates to cloud, the high performance computing is also getting democratized. It's very critical for a country like India, where academic and research institutions, as well as enterprises, can take advantage of the high performance computing technologies. The third aspect, or the third technology, is AI, including machine learning. When you look at India, last 18 months have been nothing short of spectacular in terms of unicorn. In fact, it is raining unicorns in India. Up until now, in 2021 alone, we have had 24 unicorns shaped in the country. And when you look at these digital natives, how I look at startups, because they are born on the cloud, so to say, they're leveraging the best what cloud offers, the best flexibility, the best choice. And what they're also doing is, many of these startups are having the mentality of integrating technologies that really matter, that actually is artificial intelligence. And I believe artificial intelligence is going to get infused in every application that one would see in the future. And when you look at the evolution of cloud, when you also look at the fact that the amount of data that is coming in is very, very significant, with billions of devices getting connected very soon, it also means that the concept of network needs to evolve. And that's why I feel India is right at that inflection point from 4G to 5G evolution. And also, with so much data coming in, the need for the analytics to happen at the place where data is getting created, edge also evolves. So these 5 areas are going to rapidly evolve. We call these superpowers because they feed off each other. If cloud evolves, AI evolves, HPC evolves, 5G, edge, all of these will really spur the innovation to happen faster and faster. And when you look at those technologies, what do I envision the country to shape. There are four critical trends that come to my mind when I look at India. Number one is everything being cloudified. I talked to you all before on how cloud is the only service delivery model. In fact, research of India's enterprises shows 60% of our customers are looking to shape journey on the cloud more and more. And in the last 18 months, if that is anything of a proof, it is only going to go faster. The second is diversification of ecosystem. I talked a bit about digital natives or startups. More and more, as technology becomes the only way you shape the journey, the ecosystem is going to rapidly evolve as well. We would see the entrepreneurial ambition, the young talent, the software capability, and the venture funding that is coming into the country really accelerated even further. The third aspect of talent and workplace being fluidized is extremely important for the entire world, but I think it has a very significant nuance in India, which is known for software technology, which is known for software talent. It's one of the biggest pool of software talent anywhere in the world. And when you marry that with one of the biggest rethinks COVID has catalyzed on how work needs to happen, where work needs to happen, it would also mean that when you can work from anywhere, provided you have the infrastructure to do so, the jobs will move to where talent is located, not the other way around. It's a very significant move for the country, which will be net positive. And the last would be localization of infrastructure, which means whether you look at 5G, or whether you look at edge, or whether you look at infrastructure on cloud, more and more would be localized. And this will be brought together by a combination of global and local companies. So these four trends are going to really shape the journey of digitally transformed, and I would say inclusive India. One of the biggest areas that weaves through this is in fact cloud. And that's what I want to dig in a bit further, because cloud, when you talk about it as the single most important service delivery model, what are the considerations that our customers and partners are really looking at? And speaking to them, there are three really stand out very clearly. Number one is migration complexity. It is one thing to be on the journey, but is the other thing on providing seamlessness in a private or hybrid or multi-cloud environment where workloads can move across very easily. And of course, impacts the business in a positive way. That's why when you look at virtualization and when you conceive a cloud that helps the workloads to move seamlessly across, would make it very, very powerful for any organization that is deploying cloud. The second area that customers really talk about, and customers are on the journey of the cloud-led transformation, is time to market, because they feel that going on the journey of cloud and in fact accelerating it would help them bring their products and solutions and technologies or services to market faster. And you have seen that in the journey that digital natives have been. And in fact, enterprises are going to really happen or transform themselves in that process to really keep up with the pace of technology across the industry that is shaping the journey of how organizations used to look like and how organizations will be in a cloud-first world. And the last one is execution risk. And this has, again, a very specific impact, which is talent. Regardless of what that cloud journey or cloud vision for the company is, it requires software and talent to really build it up to an avenue where you can really create scale and impact. And that's why leveraging the talent pool, having the right guardrails on data and right guardrail on automation will have a very critical and crucial role to play when you set the organization up for success through a technology like cloud. Because ultimately, any technology is an enabler. It's a means to an end. And that end is actually creating business impact. Now, we talked about the journey of technology shaping the world, as well as in India. We talked about how India is going to look like in future, the trend shaping it. We talked about what are the considerations in this cloud first journey, a technology that really is going to be front and center of shaping the country. The last part of my dialogue would be, how is Intel helping our customers and partners to go faster, get ahead, or lead in this cloud first journey? The two aspects I would touch on as a part of that would be, one, technology. We are an innovation, we are a technology company. And when you look at our vision for cloud and data center infrastructure, it is all about helping our customers and partners to move, store, and process data faster. And why is that important? That is important because of the technologies that I talked about. The combination of all of those technologies is fueling a once in a lifetime cloud infrastructure deployment around the world, no different in India. And when you look at that vision we have for cloud and data center infrastructure, it is based on a variety of technologies. Some of them are mentioned here, but they are not all. And the heart of that is our Xeon platform. And Xeon has a legacy of 2 decades. We are very proud of what Xeon has been able to contribute in terms of customers and partner success around the world, no different in India. And the most recent instance of Xeon platform, which is the 3rd generation Xeon scalable platform that we launched earlier this year, builds on that legacy. It has so many innovations, but I will touch on only 3 that really are front and center. Number 1 is Intel SGX, which is software guard extension. It helps protect data in flight, whether it is on the network, on the cloud, or in the data center, anywhere in your infrastructure. That makes it very, very secure for our customers and partners. The second is what we call deep learning boost technology, which effectively accelerates the single most important workload in data center today, which is artificial intelligence. In fact, the 3rd generation Xeon scalable processor is the only x86 processor that has built-in AI acceleration. And the last is the crypto acceleration that again comes integrated into the 3rd generation Xeon scalable. What it does is it helps accelerate the encryption intensive workloads, very critical for 5G, VPN, firewalls, and other similar applications. With more and more security, with more and more encryption required, these technologies help our customers and partners quite a bit. And beyond the hardware technologies that I talked about, one API, which is software optimized solutions that you can build on 3rd generation Xeon's scalable platform, can help you streamline data science, because data science on its own has got several steps. One API helps you streamline those steps so that you can be more effective and efficient in deploying, especially applications which are built on artificial intelligence. So when you look at these platforms, technologies, and solutions, it can help our customers and partners go faster in their cloud journey. Build an infrastructure which is secure, flexible, agile, and really scalable. But we don't stop there. The second part of that conversation on our contribution to our customer and partner success is how we are enabling the ecosystem in the country. There are 4 pieces that I wanted to touch on here. The number 1 is the work or the collaboration with our global and local partners. Few examples here. These are not by any means exhaustive. Just gives you a flavor of the work we do. NextGen is a multi-year relationship for us. And most recently, we collaborated with them to launch services on the cloud, whether it's AI as a service, edge cloud as a service, HPC as a service. And these services can be leveraged by a broad section of enterprises, smaller customers, SMEs, academic institutions, or research institutions. This is a great example of power of collaboration. The second is the work we're doing with global system integrators, whether it is Wipro, monetize and modernize infrastructure that helps the enterprises to really manage or optimize their infrastructure for cloud needs. Or work we're doing with HCL, whether we are building on the capabilities of silicon engineering and services that they have, along with the technologies that we talked about earlier, to bring together center of excellence around the world. And that helps our customers to really test, proof of concept, as well as implement cloud-based solutions. The second pillar is what we are embarked on for multiple years now, which is network transformation. The work we are doing with Reliance Jio as an example, whether it is 5G radio, or whether it's AI, edge, or cloud. All of these areas are extremely important for Reliance Jio, and our business unit teams and our engineering teams are collaborating very closely to bring their vision to life. Airtel is another very significant collaboration that we are engaged on network transformation, which spans a broad set of products and technologies that I already touched on, along with FlexRAN architecture, which is radio access network. And the evolution of this network will help them service their customers better. All through is the common thread of transforming the network towards solving our customer and partner needs. The third pillar is the investment that we have made, or the commitment we have had for India over a couple of decades. Not too many of you would be aware, we are 22 years and counting in India. It's a deep commitment. We have invested over $7 billion US in the India facility. It happens to be the largest design facility outside of the US, which is testament to the talent, caliber, and capability of people, youth in this country. And of course, they have capabilities on a variety of technologies, including cloud. Areas like confidential computing is an aspect that is being worked on in India through those design capability engineers and technologists. Aspects like Cloud Insider program is another avenue where we are helping our customers and partners become really efficient and maximize the impact that cloud has in their journey of evolution or transformation, I would say. And the last piece of it is not only do we collaborate with a variety of customers and partners, we try and engage on challenges that are unique to any country. For example, Netra.ai is a very unique opportunity because India is one of the largest diabetic populations around the world. And diabetic retinopathy is one of the biggest reasons for loss of vision for diabetic patients. So AWS, Levencare, and Sankaraya Foundation came together along with Intel to create a cloud-based solution which, using AI, helps detect the onset of diabetic retinopathy. And doing that early helps us avoid loss of vision for the patient. It is a fantastic case study of what technology can create as impact in the lives of citizens and people at large. The other area is education. We are very deeply committed to the aspect of skilling and education for multiple years in India as well as around the world. And last year, Intel and AWS came together along with Career Launcher to create world-class education infrastructure in government schools in Delhi. In few weeks, we were able to set up that infrastructure, and over 165,000 kids in government schools were able to rely on that infrastructure for education. Again, technology creating impact, a great example of that. AI for All is an ambitious program we have had for over a couple of years now, because AI as a skill set is available for university students, but it's not available for lower grade kids, which we believe is important to get the mentality or the skills going on what AI can really do. And that's where the AI for All curriculum in collaboration with CBSE has meant that we have been able to train 100,000 kids on the value of AI. How do you use it? They have had some very cool projects done out of it, which makes me really proud about the capability that rests in the country. And lastly is the collaboration between Intel, AWS, and English Helper to improve the efficiency or improve the proficiency, I would say, of English speaking in this country. So think about all of these vectors, whether it is service providers and the work we do with national system integrators like NextGen, work we do with network providers to accelerate the transformation of 4G to 5G move, the R&D capability that we bring to bear in this country, and solving for local challenges. This is in summation the impact of creating a digitally inclusive India through collaboration, not doing it alone, but collaborating with the ecosystem to make it happen. I would end with saying that India is a very, very significant opportunity for all of us to really transform, alter the trajectory of the country through technology and create an impact in lives of people. In fact, that's the vision for Intel globally, to enrich the lives of every person on earth. And the mission for India, as Team India for us, is to accelerate the transformation of the country through technology. So the three takeaways I wanted you to go back after this session is, number one, look at the opportunity. Technology is going to play a game-changing, or I would say trajectory-altering impact in this country. Second, cloud will be the leading indicator, I would say, or would shape the journey of digital transformation. You look at any customer, any partner, any enterprise, any government application, cloud first would be more and more the way forward. And last but not the least, I gave you a few examples of it. Intel is super committed to India and super committed to collaborating with our customers, partners, and broader ecosystem to bring that digitally inclusive India or transformed India to life. And in so doing, help our customers and partners to go faster, be more competitive, and really realize their own potential as an organization. So thank you once again for having me at this cloud show. I wish you the very best. Have a great time at the conference.
Thank you so much, Prakash, for that wonderful tech talk on India, future forward, cloud accelerated transformation.